Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is time for our Gnome Dies Monster Add Ons 1 assembly video. Hey, so I'm using the new Gnome Dies Monster Add Ons 1 along with our Gnome Dies and Girl Gnome Dies. I'm using P13 stamping pad skin tones, rainbow petite prints and candy stripe sprinkles, Doodlebugs, Dragon Tail 6-inch pad, Echo Park's Dynamite 6-inch pad, and the matching 12-inch solids. Now, I went ahead and I cut out one of the hats with actually Monster Madness 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. And I'm just going to ink around the edges. All my die cutting today, there it is. All my die cutting today was done with the Anna Griffin Mini Empress machine, which I'm loving. So all the little fur pieces on the werewolf are all cut from the P13 stamping pad skin tones. So I'm just going to, ink around them with close to my heart Daisy white ink. It's just a white pigment ink. Any of them work, using like a little sponge dauber to ink around the edges there. And I'm just quickly inking around all those edges for you. So easy stuff. There we go. And his beard is cut out of American Crafts Rust cardstock. And then the base layer is cut out of a black cardstock. It's just a lightweight cardstock. I don't even know what brand it is. So now for the inside of the ears, I cut them out of white paper train cardstock, and I'm using a Copic marker in R11 just to color them in. I didn't want to dig out a pink. This is just an easy way to do that. Now the two little moons, I colored in the little dots on the one full moon with Y23, and then I just put a swipe on that crescent moon with that Y23 just to add a little something. And the moons were cut out of Doodlebug's Rainbow Petite Prints Candy Stripe and Sprinkles, and I used a sprinkles paper for that. So I'm going to add on my little beard with some, what's it called? Barely Art glue. I'm having one of those days today. Working on my Stampin' Up! Pad as per usual. Okay, I'm going to add my little polka dot hat. And then I will start getting the rest of everything done. I'm using Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, to add a little dimension to the feet, right? Popping up the nose and feet and all that. It's kind of what I do. There we are. And then I'll add the two little feet. That was P13 stamping pad skin tones. And then I'm going to add the fur to them. It's kind of fun, right? A little fur detail to go on top so you can see the little toes peeking out. It's kind of a fun little werewolf. Not really scary, just kind of fun. There we go. And I'm going to add on his little ears. So the little tufted part goes to the outside. And I'm going to stick those down using my reverse tweezers, kind of like what I usually do. And I will add a little bit of Barely Art glue and then add the ear centers on. And, just easy stuff. This is a super cute little guy. Perfect for Halloween, right? He can howl at the moon. There we go. So kind of fun. And this little mustache is kind of the back piece. I cut it out of that same brown from P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. I'll add the teeth to this layer, and that's just paper train white cardstock. And then I'll layer the next part of his little mustache onto the same piece. It'll just make it a little bit thicker. There we go. I will weight it down. And now I'm just trying to get things ready here. And I've got his little nose, and I used Stampin' Up! Dimensionals for those. And then I'll stick down his little mustache and teeth, just sort of covering the bottom of the hat a little bit. And there we go. Isn't that cute? I think he looks like an adorable werewolf. Now I'm going to stick on his tail. There, just to the right. Isn't that fun? Too cute. Now I'm going to put together the two moons. I cut out the base layer from Smoky Shadow paper train cardstock just because I had it sitting on my desk. I had a scrap. Now I'm going to layer the little patterned light yellow moons on there. That is, remember, Rainbow Petite Prints. I used the sprinkles, the candy stripe and sprinkles. I used the sprinkles sheet in a really light yellow. And then I used that darker yellow Copic marker just to add a little bit of detail. I will pop up the hands with Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And then your little werewolf can hold a little crescent moon or a full moon, right? Like he's howling at the moon, which is kind of fun. Perfect for Halloween. And isn't that cute? There he is. And now I'm going to add on my last little pieces. There, isn't that sweet? I just think he's adorable. And then there's this little crescent moon. Okay, so the next one I'm going to be putting together is the dinosaur. And this is so cute. So you saw me do a little bit of stamp surgery on the little girl. I cut off the bottom of her dress. And now I am adding on paper. Now I used Echo Park's Dynamite 6-inch pad and their 12-inch solids. So what I did was I kind of, alternate. So I have his, I use a patterned layer and then I use just the solid color. So now his little feet I cut out of Paper Trank white cardstock, and then I will layer the green so you have white little claws. There we go. Kind of fun. And because it's Paper Trank cardstock, it's nice and thick, so when you pop it up, it's not going to go anywhere, right? And I will use Stampin' Up! Dimensionals to do that. Isn't that cute? I just think that it's adorable. And like perfect not just for Halloween, right? Like it's perfect for, I think, adorable little like baby cards, little kid cards. They love dinosaurs, right? And Jada Blossom has dinosaur sentiment sets that you can use. So cute. There we go. So now I'm going to stick down the back layer of this little dinosaur, right? Isn't that cute? It's kind of like a Triceratops, right? And you saw I did a little bit of stamp surgery. So I used the solid piece for the background. And then we will stick down the little face. Because remember, this is a costume. That's P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. So you kind of overlap that. Now you will add the pattern piece on top of it. Isn't that fun? I just think it's so cute. There we go. And I have these little braids were cut out of American Crafts Rust cardstock. I thought they popped against like the colors I was using. That's why I chose them. There we go. Kind of like a little redhead, right? Dressed up in a Triceratops costume. So fun. I will pop up her nose with Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And like I said, P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones for those. There we go. Remember, if you can't get them, like Jada Blossom now carries these pads. If they aren't in stock, hit the notifications. You can always take white paper and color it with a flesh tone marker. That would also work. So first I cut that little muzzle out of Smoky Shadow cardstock. Then I cut it out of the green solids from that Echo Park Dynamite collection. And I'm going to pop that up with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I'm going to put a couple behind the nostrils. And then that way I can poke out those little nostrils that are stuck in the little muzzle, and then I'll have little dark nostrils, because I'm crazy like that, right? There we go. And remember, it's going to partially cover the nose a little bit, and there you have it. And now there's those two little spots for the little nostrils. And I'm going to use my Studio Katia embellishment wand to pick them up and stick them in place. And I just think it does something, I think. Anyways, so I'm going to stick those two little nostrils down in place, and how cute is that? Okay, so I'm going to add his little horns now, cut out of Paper Trank white cardstock with my Barely Art glue and, my Studio Katia embellishment wand, also my reverse tweezers, just sort of picking things up and placing them. I'll add the two little horns. And how cute is this little dinosaur? I just think it's adorable. How cute. Okay, so now I'm going to add the little tail. So I just want it to be able to show, right? So I'll put it wherever it shows the best on the right side there. So I'm just trying to figure it out. And I think that looks so cute, right? So now it has two little hands, I guess dinosaur hands. And I cut it out of Paper Trank white cardstock and the same solids, that Echo Park Dynamite solids. And how cute is that? There. So you get a lot of, I think you get a lot of texture using some patterns, on something like this. And you want to mix it up with some solids. I just think it looks great. So there we are. Isn't that sweet? Ugh, I think it's adorable. And there she is. She is too cute, right? Okay, next I'm going to put together the adorable dinosaur. So first I cut the beard out of American Crafts Rust cardstock. I used that white pigment ink around the edge. Now I'm adding on the hat, which is cut from Rainbow Petite Prints Candy Stripe and Sprinkles on the sprinkle side in a light green. And I will add on the little dragon wings. So I'm just trying to get that in the right spot. There we go. Isn't that cute? Too cute. And then the Doodlebug pad, it's called Dragon Tails. I don't know if you can get it anymore, but so cute. It's got like a dark green scaly print, and I use that for the rest. But okay, see these tiny little wings on his hat? I actually changed them. So you'll notice, you know, in the pictures, they're darker green up there. I just didn't like how it was too close to the hat, and it, you know, they didn't pop. Okay, so first I cut out his little muzzle in, you know, in Smoky Shadow paper tray ink cardstock, and then I added his white paper tray ink teeth, and then I added the top layer of the muzzle, and that is from that Dragon Tails 6-inch pad from Doodlebug, and it's got like little scales on it, right? It's dark green. So first I'm going to add his little mustache that's cut from American Crafts Rust cardstock with the white ink around the edge. Then I will pop up his little nose. There we go. Because remember, it's a costume, right? And there it is. It's going to sit right on the bottom of the hat there. And I will pop that up. And it just looks super, super cute, I think. There we are. I'll add a couple more because, you know, I don't like my layers to dip in the mail. And there he is. I just think he is the sweetest thing since sliced bread. Look how cute he is. There we go. So I'm just going to pop that down. And isn't that cute? I just think he's adorable. So I'm going to add the little eyes. I guess there's two versions, like little half eyes or like full-on eyes. I use the full-on eyes. And then I'll just stick those and kind of nestle them down behind the muzzle a bit. I kind of have them cross-eyed, which makes them fun, right? So he's not a scary dragon. There we go. Now, this time what I would do is I would stick down the light green scales first before I did all of this. So I used paper tray ink white cardstock and then that dark scaly cardstock from Dragon Tails, but I forgot to put my lime green layer on for my, you know, my little spikes on his tail. So I do go back and add that on, but I couldn't peel it up, so I just sort of place it on top, if you know what I mean. But, you know, these videos are so you don't make my mistakes. So there we go. So there is my little feet, and how cute are those? I will pop them up with Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And now you've got like little feet with little claws because, you know, how cute is that? And there is the little spikes on his tail that I should have put on first, right? But, you know, it worked. I got it on there, but I couldn't peel up that white, and I just put it on top. Like no one knows. No one cares. But when you do it, put the green scales first on your shadow layer, or the green spikes first, and then add your top layer. It just makes it easier. And isn't he the sweetest? And there are all three of them. Oh, just ready for your Halloween party. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, Be Inspired by the Team, the Jaded Blossom store, to get your hands on these amazing die sets. They are so darn cute. I am loving this little mini release. See the dark greeny little wings on that dragon's hat. Anyways, that's all. So thank you so much, and we will see you soon in my next video. Bye, everybody.